Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Peanut City Police Podcast. This week we are joined by Sergeant Kee and Sergeant Butler, and we're going to talk a little bit about holiday safety since it's that time of year again. So first, let's just start out, since we are in the midst of especially shopping season right now, what are some ways our citizens can keep themselves safe while out and about this holiday season?
Well, the biggest thing is folks need to pay attention. As we go through our daily routine, especially during this time of year where we're out there looking for the sales and shopping, we get distracted a lot. And Sergeant Kee and myself are both bike police officers, and we've sat in these plazas and we watch the public come and go, and you can see people just not paying attention. They don't see the car coming at them. They don't see the curb. They trip, everything there, and their phones, whatever. So paying attention first and foremost is the key. If I can see a threat 200 feet away, I can respond to that threat 200 feet away. But if I'm distracted and all of a sudden 2 feet away there's a knife in front of my face demanding my purse and my wallet, not much I can do at that point. Okay, so paying attention is the best thing to do. Know your area. Just don't pull into a parking lot and jump out of your car. Take everything in. Look for open stores. Look for adequate lighting. Look for security personnel. Look for police officers, because like right now we started our holiday patrol, and you'll start seeing more law enforcement in your retail establishments. Take a second, look around your car, make sure nobody's squatted around your car. Don't park next to that dark van with a sliding door beside your car, okay? Just do the basic stuff that your instinct should tell you that keeps you safe when you go out shopping.
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay, and on the flip side, how can we keep our homes safe, whether we're traveling or even just staying put during the holidays, Sergeant Kee?
All right, let's start with the home. First and foremost, in your home, I know it's the holiday season and people like to decorate. They have their windows open to show their display of Christmas lights. You got to keep in mind that the bad guys, they're probably looking in. If they can see that beautiful Christmas tree with a bunch of presents laying under the tree, then, hey, this may be a target house that, hey, the bad guy wants to target and maybe break in when you're gone. So try not to just have anything openly exposed. I know you want to be decorative for the holiday season, but just be mindful that being decorative, the bad guys may key in on that when you're displaying what you have. Traveling. When you're traveling, plan your route. Let somebody know where you're going. Prepare your vehicle, meaning gas it up, make sure your tires are good, and that it don't have any issues along the way, meaning when I say issues along the way, hey, if my vehicle is prepared, I done topped off my fuel, I know it's in good working condition, my maintenance is good, then hey, I should have a good, safe travel route. While traveling, be careful about what you put in your GPS. I know a lot of people may want to put the exact location that they're going and or their home address. Please, 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 please. You know where you live. Don't enter your home address in your GPS. Utilize a business or a landmark that's close by that you can enter that address in when you're traveling, especially on your way back home. You know where you live. You can drive home. But if you put your address in and the bad guy gets your vehicle for whatever reason or steal your vehicle, guess what? They know where you live and they can go to your house. A few other things on lighting. Make sure that your house is well lit. If you don't have decorations up, just spotlight, motion lights, usually deters the bad guy. Someone's going to come to your house. If your house is well lit, you usually are not a tended target. But if your house is dark, people may come. The Suffolk Police Department offers a vacant house check. You can call the non-emergency number and utilize a vacant house check. The police will check your residence while you're gone. Just a few information that's on that house check. It'll be the day that you're going to leave, the day that you plan to return, and if any vehicles will be on the property, is anybody allowed on the property, so forth and so on. And I know some people say, well, hey, I'm going to put my address out there when the police are checking via scanner or someone listening. No, your vacant house check, a number is assigned, not your address. So the officer will have your physical address, but on the form, when he called it in, he's going to say, hey, I'm checking house number, so forth and so on, not your address. So your address will not be put up by the police department. It's a number that's assigned to your house. that we can check your house while you're gone.
Oh, that's good information. And I'm glad you spoke about the GPS because my GPS has my home address on it, and now I need to make that change.
Come on now, we're coming.
Yes, thank you so much. I
Yes.
really appreciate that. I needed that information. Thank
If
you.
I could add the house check real quick, just so the folks know out there, and that is a free service the police department provides up to 14 days. Doesn't cost you anything. Just call us about a week before you plan to leave, give us all the information that we require, and then your house is going to be checked daily by a police officer to make sure that it is secure.
Absolutely. And also during this time of year, you know, people are in the spirit, they're feeling more giving, more friendly and stuff. And a lot of people can take advantage of that more vulnerable side. So can you tell us a little bit more about, you know, popular scams we see this time from them?
Sure. So you've heard the term trust but verify. When it comes to charities, I like to tell people, let's verify first before we trust them with our money. There's a lot of scam charities out there. Not only is it because of the holidays, and you don't know everybody that's ringing a bell in a red kettle works for the Salvation Army. You want to believe that, but let's make sure that they are for the Salvation Army. They most have ID tags and what I would tell you is this: if you want to give to a charity this time of year, make sure you give to a charity that you are familiar with and you know is real. There are websites, the Better Business Bureau, that will tell you what charities are fake and what are not. If you see a charity you're interested in, you can do your own homework online and you can see whether or not they're legitimate or not. You'll see a lot of people complaining if they're not legitimate. To add to that, you also see like the unfortunate weather incidents that were in North Carolina and Virginia in the western part. You'll see a lot of fake charities claiming to help those people out too. So you got to do your homework. But what I would tell you is if you're a charitable person and you want to give to the charities you know first, okay? Now the other scams out there, again, if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't. All right, so watch out. So this time of year, you're going to get the notifications from the fake bank saying your accounts have been compromised or your electric bill hasn't been paid or something like that. And it's that fear amongst all the other distractions in the holiday that people fall for that. So again, when you're getting these notifications by text, when you're getting it by mail, go back to your last legitimate document from your bank or your financial institution or your power bill or so on and so forth. Call those numbers. Just don't fall for what's coming across your phone, coming in the envelope. All right, because I could put any logo on any piece of paper and tell you that it's important. But you got to slow it down, do your homework, go back, pull your original information, and check on it that way. Most of the time you'll find it's a scam because these places don't contact you like that with such a panic. There's a lot of scams out there. People just have to be patient. They have to be vigilant. They have to make sure they do their homework so they don't fall victim to this.
Back to traveling, and we talked about traveling. That was about, hey, if I'm traveling via vehicle. But oftentimes people may travel by airplane or by bus. Pack light, people, pack light. Try not to pack a lot, meaning that, hey, less bags you have to check, the less hassle you have to deal with. Pack light where you can do maybe a carry-on bag and you're less likely for your bags to get misplaced or taken, whether it be at the airport, someone taking your bag off the rail when it comes through, or your bags getting mishandled or misplaced with the number of people that be traveling. They're predicting that it's going to be record numbers this year of people traveling. So just keep in mind that the more people you have, the more chaos you have. So the less you take, the less you pack, I think the more safer you'll be. And I'll go back to the same thing I emphasized about using your home address for entering it into your GPS. If you have luggage that you have to put information on, utilize limited information. Maybe your name and your phone number. Don't put your address and a bunch of other information on your luggage tag. Minimum information. So those that are not so honest, don't get your information and use it.
Wow. Okay. And can you walk us through when you should call 911 or the non-emergency number if and when things happen?
Absolutely. First and foremost, when in doubt, dial 911. If you're not sure, dial 911. I'd rather you dial 911 and get the information to the dispatcher rather than you trying to figure out, hey, should I call 911 or should I call the non-emergency number? So, of course, everybody knows 911. The non-emergency number is 923-2350 and press option 0. But for whatever reason, if you cannot remember that, dial 911 and your call will be handled accordingly. So, in any and all emergencies, call 911. If you feel that it's a non-emergency, for example, that say you was involved and a fender bender and is not much damage, or you came in contact with someone that you had a misunderstanding with or something like that, hey, you can call the non-emergency number. But if it's something that you feel that is escalated or will escalate to an emergency or something that needs immediate attention of the police, medical services, or fire, please, please, please dial 911.
Thank you.
And I would also say that, look, it's that time of year again as well. If it's suspicious, if it makes the hair on the back of your head stand up, if it doesn't look right, that is the time to call police, no matter where you're at. Because it's our job to go out there and figure out why that car is driving around the neighborhood, that car is parked there, that person is walking around. And we're not going to know that unless you call us. But if you call us, our officers go out there, we get out with these people, we find out their name, we run them from warrants, we check on them, the car's checked for stolen, who it belongs to, and then our officers in our city are obligated to do a field contact with that information in it. That way, if something does happen down the road, the last people we talk to, we're going to go find and figure out if they were involved. But it starts with you guys calling us, because you got to call us when. And don't wait, because 15 minutes of an investigation is not 15 months of trying to get your property back, because you didn't call us. So don't be afraid to call 911 and put that non-emergency number into your phone and use it.
And something else I want to touch on too, maybe a little bit, is social media when it comes to safety. I know when it was first on the rise, and maybe people have gotten smarter and not do it as much, but I feel like some people still do it. You know, if they're going on vacation or they're going to their family's house, you know, they'll put out there, you know, can't wait to go to Florida, be in warmer weather or whatever, and that obviously leaves their house or their belongings more vulnerable. So can you guys talk a little bit maybe about that, and when and when not to post stuff like that?
Absolutely. I think that social media, of course, now that's one of the biggest things going with everybody, from kids to adults. And people often post what they're doing, where they're going all the time. Again, bad guys are looking at that and they see it, that, hey, if John Doe, would you just use John Doe for example? John Doe posted, for example, they're in Florida for the holidays, enjoying the beautiful weather. Guess what? That means John Doe isn't at home, and John Doe house is unoccupied. And John Doe may be known to have valuable items. So bad guy may key in on John Doe's house. I'm not saying don't post, but a good time to post is when you come back. When you post your pictures when you come back, because you're at home. Nobody knows you're gone. And if you do leave, let's go back to the house check. Utilize a house check so we can check your house while you're gone.
Yeah, always tell us after the fact. Share the pictures with us after the fact. Don't tell everybody, hey, we're going, because people are waiting to get into your house and take advantage of that trip.
So are there any other tips or safety measures you would like to discuss to help keep Suffolk safe during these holidays?
Absolutely. I'm going to use, say after the holidays, for example. Say the holidays is going by and you set your trash out for collection day. And bad guys are looking at your trash. For example, say you got a huge TV and you have this TV box. You got a new computer. Your kids got a new PlayStation. And all of that is sitting outside. You just advertise everything that's in your house. So break down your boxes, flip the boxes over so they see the cardboard side, not the color display side of what you purchased. And I think that'll keep people away from your house knowing the valuables that you have inside. Butler?
Oh, yeah. So my big thing is the porch pirates. So we know everybody's going to be ordering Amazon and everything else. And we have all these groups of folks going around following the delivery vans trying to get the thing that's going to your porch. So make sure, one, your legitimate store has tracking information. If they have an ability to schedule a delivery, enroll in that. You also have the locker systems that some of the companies offer where you can have your product delivered to that safe, secure locker and notify you with a code. Nobody can get into it. Utilize their localized stores. Have it delivered to addresses that you know somebody will be at. Like if you have permission to have packages delivered to your workplace, then have that very expensive package delivered to you at your workplace so that you can sign for it and it's not left on a porch for a few hours while you hope it's there. Cameras on that area. And if you really want to go far enough, there are specialized containers that are aesthetically pleasing you can put on your front porch these days that they can put packages in and it locks up. So just be cautious of that. What I would also tell you is, At night, if you have really good decorations in your neighborhood, you should expect those carloads of people driving around slow looking. But in the middle of the day, if there's carloads driving around slow looking, those are the ones you probably want to go ahead and call us on so we can figure out why they're driving slow through your neighborhood. 9 times out of 10, they're probably looking for those packages to steal, and they're following those delivery trucks from place to place. So again, don't hesitate, call us so we know what's going on.
Great. Well, thank you again, both Sergeant Kee and Sergeant Butler, for joining us today. These are super helpful tips, especially this time of year, like I said, when people are kind of in the hustle and bustle of the season. So I appreciate you joining us. And thank you, everyone, for watching this episode of Peanut City Police Podcast. And we will be back next Friday with another edition. We'll see you then.